All right, let's go ahead and get them counted down to our finals. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And already we open with different stacking philosophies. Dog with the Z piece in the center, and Alex T creating the need for a tuck on the left.
Seed 1 versus Seed 2. Tetris for both.
And K9 with another $108 contribution saying, go, dog, go. Bringing our total prize pool up to $2,345 and some cents.
Thank you so much, K9. Your support this weekend has been amazing.
And already Alex T having to do just a little bit of burning here. Nothing too serious. It's only going to be trailing by 1 Tetris, but we've seen how crucial this 18 has been in some of our previous matches, especially with our high pacers like Fractal and Dengler.
So early drought there. Alex not able to use that long bar, but we'll use that one. 96,000 for Dog and 77, make it 100,000 for Alex T.
Nice adjustment. That's going to accommodate that T perfectly. And still, Alex T, okay, good discipline, great pieces for that. A nut, wow. Sometimes, you know, O pieces can come in unhelpful bursts, but all of those O pieces continue to be useful, but failed to rotate the I piece in its desired orientation. There it is, knocks down a Tetris then, but it's going to be trailing. Another Tetris going to be scored for Alex T. So early goings, you know, a little bit of drama.
Yeah,
but nothing too serious.
Just getting out of that really quickly and just able to, nice.
Alex T with the Vits. Trying to make up for lost time. The question is, does he get punished? Apparently not. There's an eye piece for Tetris. Not 1, but 2.
So seeing more of the flashy stacking here from Alex, and Dog staying more conventional and having this 1 Tetris lead early on.
Another Tetris will be scored. Nice overhang. And so far, outside of just that one error on that eyepiece, there's been very minimal drama. It's been nothing dangerous happening. Seems like the RNG has been mostly cooperative. There was some moments where players were holding out for pieces, but especially in that moment for Alex T, all the O pieces came at like the perfect moment.
You're right on that. And what I find interesting, right? Alex T, 3rd time being here, quite familiar with the environment, we could call it, is his home state. And Dog, maybe not familiar to this, even making the finals right for the first time. But I think Dog's been performing just so well so far.
Indeed, he has throughout this entire weekend. And I mean, it definitely says the degree to how insane that his play has been when all it takes you is 2 games to secure first seed at the beginning of your call session. But right now, this game, 425 to 441. Dog still holding on to that advantage as Alex T had to take just a few burns.
So 464 for Dog, 450 for Alex. Yeah, Dog's been playing quite clean. It was only Alex with that slight hiccup earlier, and Dog's been having the lead ever since.
A small drought is being encountered, and I think this is kind of the first time that we really seen a drought this game, and it wasn't that big, and it didn't really hurt either player. Great adjustment from Dog right there. Good next box awareness. And now we're getting a little bit of ping pong with the leads here. Tetris for Alex T brings him into the lead, and a Tetris for Dog will take that lead right back.
And Dog behind by 4 lines, so having the true score and pace lead. Yeah, we've seen here, Sharky, how just a couple lines can be such a big difference, such a utility to these players. And we see how it just, the ways they stack, the setups to minimize burnings, it all comes into play.
Yeah, especially when you consider, the games that we've had over the course of this match. Fractal, what if he had those extra lines in hand? What if he was able to have just a little bit more leeway on that 27, that 28 to chase Dengler's score? Maybe we might be looking at a different top 4 matchup, but we do have a 600K transition for Alex T, and it looks like Dog is going to make that up with a 659K transition. So a 1 Tetris advantage going to transition. This is a close one.
Yeah, both players having great transitions here. Double 600K is always amazing to see, that efficiency. And this is just, back and forth. The lead is just switching. They're so close, so.
Incredibly clean play so far. Good delay burn. There it is, another Tetris, 740 to 709. Dog behind by actually almost a full level, so has quite the pace advantage. And has been able to utilize on it. There's another Tetris for Dog, another Tetris for Alex T. 767 to 763.
These players just seem so comfortable at the moment. No major mistakes or anything, just Tetris, skim, get healthy board states, and they're just continuing with that. So that's amazing to see during the finals.
829 now for Alex T and 816 for Dog. Once again, both players separated by less than a Tetris. It's just some ping pong. Tetris, Dog goes in the lead. Tetris, Alex T goes into the lead.
And back to Dog, 900, 901 for Dog and 886 for Alex.
This rally of Tetrises just continues to go. There's a Tetris for Alex T, and Dog now stacking up for the next one. Nice adjustment. There it is. The rally continues. Just Tetris is going back and forth. We're seeing, this is what we saw back in 2024 in Pasadena at CTWC. These two players playing at such a high level. We're looking at a pair of 25 maxes from both of them. Dog actually with a 24 max in the cards.
But they're waiting for this long bar.
And Dog actually having to do some burning now. There's a Tetris for Alex T, so gap has been closed. Dog waiting patiently. Drought counter keeps ticking. Dog holding out. Good burns, opens up the well, nice adjustment. I like the idea. The well is open just in time for the Tetris. 1,053,000 for Alex T, 1,029,000 for Dog. Both players have maxed out, and they still have time to go until level 29.
Yeah, well done from Dog there, having that lines advantage still, so not as big of a lead for Alex. But wow, just early max outs for both in this game 1.
Yeah, and Alex already with the 1.1. Dog now also with the 1.1. We're looking at a pair of 1.2s going into level 29, potentially even more from Alex, I believe. There's a Tetris, 1.18. Dog is at 1.13. And the board stacking from Alex is pristine. There it is, another Tetris. 2 more is available for Alex here. And he's just been playing clean. There it is, another Tetris for Dog. 1 more, and we'll see him at a 1.2 as well. Alex T's going for it, but hold on. The trial counter starts ticking. We are close to 29. He takes the triple. He's playing discipline. He's waiting for the eyepiece. Drought counter continues to grow. No more lines left until 29. Goes into 29 for 1.2. Finds the Tetris. And now Dog with the 1.2 as well as he prepares to do the same to enter into level 29. Alex T trying to find ideal pieces. There it is. Dog goes into 29. Withstands the drought. And now we are back to being separated by a Tetris. Alex T is having to do some burning. Meanwhile, Dog is back into a Tetris ready position, now waiting on that next eyepiece. And finds that Tetris, crucial over there. A hang would have spelled certain disaster, 1.3 to now 1.3.
Yeah, that triple earlier from Alex just really crucial because that drought kept continuing, and now, but look how close they are.
Yes, separated by less than 10,000 points. A single Tetris can either increase the lead or swing it the other way. Dog now still trying to stay Tetris ready, was 1 Mino shy. All those long bars, 1 Mino shy, could not take advantage. Throw those pieces over to the left now. Tetris ready, and there is Tetris for Dog, but a Tetris for Alex, so the lead stays the same, but Dog is Tetris ready. Another Tetris for Dog, goes to 1.44. Alex T is at 1.41, so Dog has now gained a 1 Tetris lead as Alex T trying to do with that left side.
He's
Dog
dependent.
Tetris ready.
It, though.
There is another Tetris for Dog. Is now built up 100,000 point lead, and now Alex T is not in any position to score. We are at level 35 now, and Alex T needs to start utilizing as Dog now knocks down another Tetris up to almost a 4 Tetris lead. Alex T is set up for a center world Tetris in column 4. There it is, knocks down the center world Tetris in column 4, sets up for another one. Waiting on the next eyepiece, finds it. Now down by 2 Tetrises as Dog has already reached 1.6 at level 35. He goes for a skim. Now he's trying to reopen up the well. Alex T going for another column 4 Tetris, but he hangs a couple of pieces over to the left. He's running out of time. He needs to find something to do some burns. There's 1, there's 2. Hold on, there might be a chance. He hits a crucial 5 tap, finds the eyepiece, opens up the well. He was waiting on the eyepiece and knocks down the Tetris. Takes a triple, but Dog still has a 2 Tetris lead, and this board is going to be very hard to work. We're closing in on the level 20 or level 39 super kill screen. And Alex C.
Alex.
Can't get the 5 tap for the dirty left foot Tetris. Dog on track for another 1.8 here in this tournament. Takes game number 1 of our finals.
That was incredible, Sharky. That was just game number 1. Dog's still going.
Game number 1, 1.85 million.
A rollover losing score.
I see a thumbs up from both, so let's go ahead and get them counted down to game number 2. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. What an electric game that was. And Alex C just demonstrating why his mechanics are always just so insane, because we saw that board. It's like, oh, it's done. He's not going to be able to get anything else. And he found a way to find one more Tetris.
Right. He just proved the doubters wrong, and his reaction time is just inhuman at times. Just, that's one of Alex's skills, and it's always a great thing that we get to witness here at Genesis X3.
But now we have a chance to calm down, to kind of reset, to find that rhythm, and also goes to show how important this level 18 is. Even though it played lesser of a role than level 29 play did, if Alex T didn't fall behind on the level 18 portion of the game and was able to maintain the same kind of efficiency that he did on level 19, Alex T would have had even greater lead going into level 29, and maybe that puts just enough pressure on Dog for him to make a mistake.
That's why I think the level 18 speeds and 19 speeds are still such an important part of this game. We see how these players are just able to perform so well on the 29 speeds, but there's a lot of strategy that comes in before that, right? The 18, the pace leads, the preparation, and I really enjoy that we have these phases when it comes to classic Tetris.
Yeah, but right now we start off with a pretty good open Dog, finding once again just that one Tetris of efficiency. And generally when you see players separated by one Tetris at the same lines, that just means that there was some way that they stacked where the differentiation, one of them was more efficient, or simply the other didn't misdrop the eyepiece, like we saw Alex T do in the previous game, because that's what actually caused Alex T to fall so far behind Dog, because not only did he not score off that eyepiece in the previous game, but that he missed rotated, but he also had to do additional burns in order to wait for the next eyepiece, which set him further back behind in pace.
Right. The scoring the Tetrises isn't just points. It brings the stack down, allowing you to place more and more and wait for the next one, because Alex T couldn't do that. Not only could he not score Tetrises, he was forced to be high up and cause even more burning. So what a difference one long bar can make.
Oh, Alex T with a little bit of flex. He drinks some soda mid-game, and you know, that's kind of reminiscent of what Dog used to do all the time in the online years in 2020, where he'd be playing and he'll drink from a water bottle while playing.
So maybe it's an intimidation tactic?
I mean, we've seen that work over this weekend with, who was that, Mr. Genesis?
Oh yeah, Mr. Genesis, yeah.
You know, stealing everyone's drip, stealing flows, play styles.
Yeah, stealing the show.
That's a nice one. But these players haven't stole the show away yet. Right now, they are riding the show. 308 for Alex T, 349 for Dog. Dog once again continuing to find just these little spouts of efficiency over Alex T, continuing to build that separation, because now they're separated by around 2 Tetrises.
When these players just stack so efficiently and the optimization is such a high level, it really are these these tiny things that allow a lead like this to be built. It doesn't seem much, right? A 2 Tetris lead, but there's a lot of work that has to be done for Dog to build this up.
Ooh, Alex T in need of an I or an L piece. That actually works. And he's going for these burns, trying to keep it flat, trying to get the well open as soon as possible. It does so, but the drought counter keeps growing. You can see Alex T starting to show a little bit of sign of frustration. Throws that piece all the way over, keeping the well open. Drought counter continues growing. Well is now open. We are at 30 pieces and counting, and both players withstand the drought and score Tetrises. Alex T finds 2.
So there, Alex was in that situation, but that drought actually helped him not get too much further behind. So quite fortunate there for Alex, and now, yeah, less than 2 Tetrises. 2 Tetris lead for Dog Playing Tetris.
462 to now 501. And right now, we are closing in the level 19 transition. The lead is a lot closer than what we saw in the last game. And oh, both players set up a Vitz. Wow. A Simo Vitz, that's crazy. Props to Bidwell for that one. That's how you know that they're on that same wavelength. They're both going to have powerful performances here when they both think to go for the same idea.
I don't know if I've seen a Simo Vitz like that ever, but this is Genesis. This is where the big show
happens. It's the cream of the crop here. However, right now, they're going to have to do some burning because guess what? Running into another drought. Both players find the eyepiece just in time. 2 Tetrises were scored by each. A 600,000 transition for Dog and a 564 transition for Alex T. So once again, Dog with the advantage coming out of the level 18 portion of the game.
So we saw in the last game, they were just not giving an inch in the post-transition, and only in the 19 phase, we saw some variance. Will that happen here? We'll see.
We'll see, because these players are known for just whenever the faster the speeds get, the more they're able to increase their efficiency. We're talking about 2 world champions here sitting across or right next to each other playing in this match. There's a Tetris for Alex T, closing the gap to under a Tetris. There's another Tetris to Alex T, taking the lead now, 696, and now Dog goes up to 710. So a little bit of Tetris ping pong, as I've been alluding to earlier tonight. But now Alex T having to do some burns, so Dog able to find, oh, good find right there for Alex T. Reopens up the well, and both players knock down Tetrises, 727 to 766. Alex T once again falling behind by this kind of 2 Tetris moniker.
One thing I find interesting, Sharky, is that while they're both 2-time world champions, Dog won during the online era, while Alex T winning in the in-person events in SoCal. So do you think that plays a factor here in the ways that they play?
It most definitely does, because now Dog kind of has, that chip of the shoulder. Because, some people, they could say it's like, that's an asterisk. That was the online years. What really comes down to is that IRL performance. Well, if anything that we've seen from Dog here today, and what he continues to show right now, is that he can back that up in IRL. However, that's not over. He still has to win 2 more games, and the way that Alex T is playing, the way that Alex T is pushing him, we can expect to see them to continue to go aggressive, to be efficient, and we're seeing that right now. 948 for Dog, 889 for Alex T as we are at level 25.
So Dog, this whole time maintaining a 1-2 Tetris lead, and with the game 1 already in his belt, this is a opportunity for Dog to just showcase some skills here.
This is a good position to be in, because now you're putting the pressure on Alex T. He doesn't want to go down 2-0. There it is, a max out in the level 26 for Dog. That is 1,000,000 points. And Alex T, not liking the pieces that he's receiving, would love another eyepiece to fill in one of the dependencies. Fills in the one on the right most, and he's finding these burns. Another eyepiece, that's going to be good. That burns out a double. Now the well looking to be open. The well is now open for Alex T. 1 more Tetris will give him the 1,000,000 points. However, Dog has exceeded that and is now at 1.1 million. We're closing in on the level 29, where the speed is going to get faster one more time here. Outside of the super kill screen, and with 3 Tetrises to go, Alex T not liking the pieces that he gets. He finds the Tetris, but now the board is starting to get into a little bit of a disarray. 1.1 1.8 for Dog, 1.04 for Alex T. 29 has been reached. As you can see, the speed is now faster. 29 is reached for both players at 1.2 for Dog. Two world champions battling out against each other. A two-time current and a two-time former. Right now, Alex T is Tetris ready. Holding up at the eyepiece, there it is, Tetris for Alex T, down by 3 Tetrises. Dog has been spending the majority of this early portion of the kill screen to get Tetris ready, and so Alex T has cut that lead from 4 down to 3. And Dog is still trying to burn. There's another Tetris for Alex T, 1.17, but no, a misdrop. Now he's gonna slow down, and this is exactly what you wanna hear if you're wait, no, Alex T has fixed up the board. He's ready to start building up for Tetrises once again. And now so is Dog. There's a little bit, oh no, Dog's actually having to take more burns. Alex T looking for a T-piece, finally, Tetris ready, holding out for the eyepiece, takes a couple of burns while staying open. Dog still can't find a Tetris. Alex T knocks down Tetris, now down by 1. It's 1.23 to now 1.27. Dog still trying to find a way to score. Alex T is set up for another Tetris, holding out for it, but a couple of misdrops, several misdrops in the center, finds the Tetris. And now Dog and Alex T are both in danger. Can Alex T survive this? That's going to be a triple and a double rotate on the T. That might be it for Alex T. He's finding a couple more skims. He needs to get a piece over there to the left. Finds one burn, finds another, finds a third, and he's still waiting on pieces that get over to the left. And a good skim so far, but another misdrop. 7,000 points is all that separates them. Alex T is doing the best that he can, but that left is going to be inaccessible, and Dog takes game number 2 of 5, or of potentially 5.
What a finish there, Sharky.
Alex T, thumbs up from Dog. Let's go ahead and count them down to game number 3, potentially the last one. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And ooh, different openers for the ZJ start.
I'm not sure if they've even had a clone Triss moment here, Sharky. Dog just also, right, Dog is known for his creative and efficient stacking, and Alex maybe for his unconventional.
Yeah, but more unconventional and sometimes more aggressive in nature. But that aggression does pay off in a lot of things. I mean, he is a 2-time world champ for a reason, 2-time current world champ for a reason.
So yeah, I believe that's just their own personal style, and they're able to maximize that because they're so used to it. But it's nice to see this variance here, Sharky, right? The difference in stacking and how it starts to build up.
And already, Alex T gonna actually start Burnley. Ooh, I like that. Good recognition of the J in the next queue. But things are looking a little bit tricky here. And yeah, separated by a single. A flawless 20 lines for Alex T and great overhang with the O. He's going aggressive and you can see it. He wants to keep this up. Decided against going for the tuck. Goes for the spin. It's gonna have to burn because we're in a drought. And I like that discipline to understand it's like, okay, eyepiece is not coming, I'm stacking high. Because Alex T's tournament life is on the line. Going up that high, it can easily backfire.
I know these players want to keep that perfect streak, but having that discipline and knowing when to just take those burns because the game doesn't cooperate all the time. So both players, Alex going for the vids, gets it. And it's a close one, at least for the first third.
Indeed. Anytime, Alex T with a small misdrop. And it's going to be, looks like he might be trying to set up a burn. This one's very weird to find a way to solve it. And that's going to actually provide Dog an opportunity to go into the lead. He is trying to, okay, there it is. Oh, maybe missed the rotation there to screen look. Or no, he's actually going to commit to the row 3. Dog going aggressive for the Vits as well.
We've been seeing a lot more Vitses here. Something I feel like maybe a few months ago weren't as common, actually maybe shunned for how aggressive it is. But in this field where each burn matters, I think it's becoming the new meta here.
Yeah, especially for those that can mechanically weather the dangers of going for aggressive setups like that. Because Alex T, now he's on row 3. He had that misdrop and now he's dealing with it. And instead of trying to spin who knows how many lines burning it down, he's making the best out of a situation and continuing to kind of pressure Dog and making sure that the lead doesn't grow too far away.
Right, 2 dirty Tetrises here for Alex T. Trying to bring it down efficiently and it's working out. He's almost down.
Good overhang. We're just over the halfway mark. 308 to now 376.
So we saw last game, Sharky, how that lead that Dog had started with 1 and 2, and then near the end of near approaching kill streak was 3 to 4. It's very significant. So Alex has to do what he can to try to take this lead back before we reach kill streak.
Indeed, because he doesn't want to have that pressure of trying to chase down something or do a live chase down of a score of like a 200,000 point deficit. Because now, especially on kill screen, when you're going to be afforded less safety for going for Tetrises, you know, that's you having to be 5 more Tetrises more efficient than Dog. And sometimes in order to be more efficient, you have to be more aggressive. And being more aggressive comes with inherent risk.
Alex piling those squares up there. One of the pieces that can just seemingly stack to the top of the board. Gonna get a few Tetrises, a few tucks. 427 for Alex, 536 for Dog, getting that 100,000 point lead as we cross the 100 line mark. This is seeming to be a repeat of the last game.
Yeah, repeat of last game, but this is a novel situation for this matchup when we take a look at how they were in the 2024 World Championship, where it was kind of like back and forth between these players and it resulted in a decider. And now this time, Dog is taking a commanding 2-0 lead. Oh, nice adjustment right there. Goes for the burn, and that accommodated that L perfectly. And it's those kind of small things that lead to the greater efficiency, which leads to why Alex T is down by almost 5 Tetrises.
I feel like these adjustments from Dog, maybe not as common, but really comes in when has the greatest impact. So Dog, 3 Tetrises available. A few lines saved due to these adjustments. Maybe would have 2 otherwise, but there's 1. 630 for Dog.
Alex T went for a delayed visit. You can tell like the pressure is getting to him. There it is, a transition. 588, level 19, so speeds increased by 50%. Another Tetris for Alex T and a Tetris for Dog at 676 transition. And ooh, a little bit of a taunt over there from Alex T. He's like, nah.
I don't think, yeah, he's like, this doesn't faze me.
There's another Tetris for both players. Still only separated by around 2.5 Tetrises, and all it takes is just for one small misstep, one small dig, and Alex T brings it right back into neck and neck territory. There it is, Tetris for Alex T, now at 691.
Yeah, Alex T decided not to use the first bar to get Tetris ready, but instead building out that left and used the second one, and it's paid off.
Dog actually finds the dirty Tetris and gets a perfect well transfer. So in a moment where it's like maybe Alex T might have been able to gain a Tetris of efficiency, no, Dog goes aggressive for the dirty Tetris. But so far, really clean play. Only one. Oh, Dog waiting for that S. The discipline. He saw what he wanted his board to look like, and he made it happen. He waited patiently, and he's going to get rewarded for it. Able to take these burns, weathering this drought. And there it is, Tetris for Dog, 871 to 813. And this is a problem for Alex T because the lead has not changed. He's might been able to gain some incremental ground, but for the most part, he's still down by 2 to 3 Tetrises.
Right, and there's only we're almost halfway to level 29. In this first half, the lead has not changed one bit. So unless Dog just stacks differently or Alex just increases efficiency, this lead might just stay the same all the way.
There is Dog on track to have a level 25 max. There is Tetris for Alex T. Almost a 25 max there, 998,000, 966,000 bits over there for Alex T. Goes aggressive. He's waiting for the next eyepiece. Covers up the well. Dog with some misdrops. Misses the spin. Okay, hold on now. Dog now having to do some survival. Alex T knocks down Tetris, takes the lead with a million points, but now Dog trying to survive. Beautiful spin. Finds one burn. Finds another. Needs another eyepiece. Utilizes the J. Goes for a flat burn. Nice double rotation. Gets a piece all the way over to the left. Still trying to clutch things out. Good burn. Needs the L or a J. Finds the J goes flat. Look at these skims. Look at this survival. Dog almost out of this. He's bringing it down. There it is, another double, followed up by a double, followed a single. He reopens up the well. Does he find the eyepiece? Does he get a little bit of relief? He's waiting for it. No, he has to take another double, take another skim, reopen up the well. The Tetris ready.
Still waiting.
Still there. He's still waiting. We're in the midst of a drought. Eyepiece is nowhere to be found, and Dog is surviving. And there it is, Tetris for Dog. Tremendous survival and just in time too, because we're about to go into 29.
Very clutch, just one line away, but Alex able to get the lead through that. But the most important thing, Dog is alive. Just when we thought he was running out of all the room, manages to survive and clutch it up, and now has a chance to come back. That's what's important here, Sharky, right? He's still alive and playing.
He's still alive, has a chance to come back. The difference is only a Tetris now, too, following that Tetris on level 30 from Alex T. Another Tetris from Alex T. Now jumps up to a 100,000-point lead. However, Dog is now got a clean board. He's ready to start stacking for Tetrises, but that Z piece is now starting to be problematic. Now more burns. Dog now starting to climb. He reopens up the well. That's going to be a triple, not a Tetris, but that's that Tetris for Alex T. 291 to now, or 1.291 to now 1.15. And Alex T, this is it. He wants to extend this match. He wants a chance to win this Genesis tournament on his home turf. He's been to the finals 3 times, including this one, and he wants a chance to walk away with first place medal. Mid drops for Dog, and there it is. Dog tops out. Alex T stays alive here in the finals.
GG's to Alex T. And right at the end, that lead shift, right?
Yeah.
Able to take it right at the end, and there we go, still in it. He says 2 more.
This is game 4. Alex T has a chance to bring it to a decider, but Dog still just needs one more to put it away. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Tetris! Man, just that dig was so insane.
It was such a thriller, and Alex T, he's not out of it. He's still, one game at a time. That seems to be his motto.
Yeah, one game at a time. But we're not getting a repeat of last year where he got swept. He still has a chance to bring this back because now the broom is in his hands. He's now trying to perform that reverse sweep. But in this battle of attrition, you know, you can definitely feel that players, we've seen this before, players get exhausted. They've been playing, or these two in particular, have been playing since, you know, almost 7 hours ago. And each match could last up to an hour depending on how many games it takes.
Right, both players having to not only just play for a long time, there's that mental, that physical fatigue that comes out of playing. This is an intense game where you have to make so many quick decisions on the spot. That is not easy to maintain for a long time.
But fortunately, you know, they do have this 18 portion of the game where things slow down, so it's not as mechanically taxing. I mean, unless you're up, you know, incredibly high. But now it's the mental. You're just like, do I take the aggressive gamble? How do I stack this? There is a lot more thinking involved on level 18 because you have more maneuverability, more options with it being a slower speed.
So this game will determine if the momentum has shifted for Alex T. Winning the previous game, still on the ropes, but that win was significant. Got him one step closer to this.
It gave him
title.
one more chance. And that's, whenever you're down 0-2 and your opponent just needs one more game to win, that's how you have to take it, one game at a time. And right now, these players, once again, another Vitz. And this time it was adjustment setup. 280,000 for Alex T, 259 for Dog.
In a game where lines are limited, we see these players coming up with such creative ways to maximize their efficiency, their chances of accommodating certain pieces, and overall outperforming their opponent.
Still, Dog actually trailing here in the 18 portion, which has been kind of not what we've seen the past 3 games. I believe it's been Dog that has held the advantage on 18. And even though it's small, it's only less than a Tetris, Alex T is now playing to where he's not playing from behind. He's playing at a position that is slightly unfamiliar to him in this particular matchup.
Right, Dog maintaining the lead for most matches today, just able to have that consistent pace. And one of the games had a very high 600K transition. So, and actually we see here Dog taking the lead just recently. But any time that Dog is behind, I feel like that's an unfamiliar territory that he's having to deal with. And here,
ooh, look at all these setups here. Does find the perfect pieces, and he's going for this overhang. And see, that's kind of what you have to do. If you find a piece that doesn't fit without burning, now Dog's making, oh, whoa, what a line spin right there from Dog. And wow, that's actually going to be perfect. Perfect pieces, just like that, the stack is fixed up. But that's that creativity you were talking about.
Right, Sharky, how did he see that? That's just incredible. Just the viewing, and there we go, rewarded there. Yeah, the foresight to make that decision. Oh, a bits adjustment. Yeah, Dog's really pulling out everything to try to keep this lead and grow it.
Yeah, but 518 for Alex T, 535 for Dog following that Tetris. And so now it's Dog in the lead by under a Tetris. So we're back to, once again, that ping pong stage. There it is, another Tetris for Alex T. Dog having to do some burns, trying to withstand this drought. And the question is, does he go for the Tetris or fill in the long bar? He actually goes for the Tetris.
I'm sure you thought he would go and fill in the column, right? That's what I thought.
That's what I was thinking too. Fortunately, eyepieces does come, so the kind of risk for going for the Tetris first is alleviated. Oh, beautiful set. Goes for the double tuck. You can do a spin tuck. Oh, both of these players have now started to just flex because all these overhangs, these setups, these spins, but they have a purpose. It's not just flashy moves. It is to increase that efficiency.
This is a stacking masterclass here, Sharky, and we get to witness this for free. So what a privilege.
And there it is, a 658 transition for Alex T. Dog that time fills in the long bar dependency as we're closing on level 19 transition. There is a 634 transition for Dog, and is going to find a Tetris immediately upon entering, and so does Alex T here subsequently at 138 lines.
So Dog waiting for the Tetris. Basically, when the lines are tied, they're neck and neck. And this is such an important game. Who will blink first? Let's keep our eyes on him.
And Alex T continuing to go for these adjustments here, even on the faster speeds. There was one small adjustment, I believe it's called the Kia tuck. He set up the adjustment for that and was able to get Tetris ready as a result a little bit quicker than Dog.
And simul Tetris for row 790. Now make it 818 for Alex T and 764 for Dog.
You can see the shift in confidence, the way that he's playing, how more aggressive he's going. He's not taking the safety burns. He's like, I'm playing this with my whole heart. And right now, rough timing on that eyepiece, but he's gonna find the burns. I like the way that he thinks. Good overhang setup. Look at that, fixes it up like it's nothing. There's a Tetris for Dog, takes the lead from Alex T, but Alex T reopens up the well. And there's a Tetris for Alex T, 856 to now 848. And another Tetris for Alex T, but a Tetris for Dog, continuing to put on the pressure. But also, Alex T is ahead in line, so Dog with the better pace definitively.
So Alex T missing that initial T-spin. Not going to go for another one. And just now waiting out for a bar. This is going to give Dog a window, but actually there's a drought.
Drought's going to cause some small issues for Dog. He's able to keep the well open. Keeps it open. There it is. Tetris for Dog. 944 to now 925. And there's another Tetris for Dog. We're about to hit 1,000,000 points again. Kind of routine for these players of these calibers. I mean, we're talking about 2 world champions, 1 current, 1 former.
And both are approaching the max out score as we, level 26. Okay, max out for Dog on 25, and Alex just a few thousand points away.
There it is, Tetris for Alex T. Both players have crossed that million-point threshold, but of course they're going to continue to push the points higher and higher as we've seen all day today. There it is, another Tetris for Alex T. 1,063,000 to 1,076,000.
This is so close, Sharky. Not even a Tetris, a third, and it's just swapping back and forth.
Yeah, it is getting tighter by the moment. As long as Alex T is able to maintain this efficiency, he's even going for creating the hole intentionally. He's going to do a bit later, preferably with a T-piece works as well. But now we're closing in. Here it is. Level 29 is about to be at our doorstep once again. Alex T has to clutch this up if he wants to force a decider, or Dog has to clutch this up if he wants to become your Genesis Classic Tetris Open champion. Only 2 lines to go left for Alex T. All right, there it is. Tetris in the 29 with 1.2 million. Dog already with the 1.2, and he's going to skip. Wait. He's going for a couple different burns. Dog now going to go in with a 1.22. Alex T has taken the lead. Is going to take the triple. The board state did not look ideal for him. Alex T in a little bit of danger here. He's going set up for a dirty Tetris. This is his tournament life on the line, and he's going aggressive. Now he's going to try and burn it down.
Oh.
Small misdrops, but he's finding skims. But Dog also holding up for this eyepiece, waiting for it. And finds the Tetris. Dog goes back into the lead. Alex T now just down stacking. Dog clean board. Alex T almost back into a scoring position, still burning. Good burns over here for Alex T. Alex T is going to stay alive. He still has a chance here in the finals. But Dog is Tetris ready. He has a 1 Tetris lead. Alex T, does he go aggressive? Does he go for the row 2? No, he's going to burn it down. Dog with a couple of misdrops in the center. Hold on, there's an opportunity with holes in various parts of the stack. Dog needs to clutch out right now. He's running out of room. He's able to get maybe one more burn. Now we have a chase down. Alex T needs 1,371,000. If he can clutch this, we will see a decider. We will see one more game, one more chance for him to take home the first place medal. He can do it with a Tetris, or he can line out. He has the time needed.
How will Alex T handle this? 1 Tetris away, but what is he going to do?
The pressure is on. He has clawed his way back. He was down 2-0. He won the last game. And now he's trying to win this one. Oh, these pieces starting to look a little bit unsavory, but no, finds a good way to burn it down. Half a Tetris remain. And he has just under 3 levels to get it. Nice tuck over there. And that triple is going to cut the deficit down in half. There's a double, and that's going to be good. We are going to a decider.
GG's to Alex T. It's 2-2 now. And we saw actually earlier in that kill stream for Alex T, going for that center wall, actually a dirty setup, I believe.
Yeah, it was a dirty.
And he blocked the well.
It was very risky, but then he was able to bring it down and stay alive. All right. We have readies from both of them. Everyone, let's get a big countdown starting from 5. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Tetris! This is it. Game number 5. Alex T was down 2-0, but he took it one game at a time. He played with grit, and now he finds himself one game away. And Dog still has a chance to close it out here and now.
I wouldn't want it any other way, Sharky. One final game to decide it all.
And already Alex T being forced to go for a lot of burns. We are running into early. Wow. Ooh. Nice shift to the adjustment. Both players able to find a Tetris. Dog going to have a little bit of an advantage. And with that, might just decide to go for row 2. Alex T now waiting on. Oh, these S pieces.
No way.
Really annoying. Ooh. But he's going to find his way out. And there it is, Tetris for Alex T. Dog currently with the 1 Tetris lead.
Yeah, Alex, I think, thought about that dirty Tetris opportunity, but knew immediately that the pieces were not cooperating and burned it down. And yeah, a few Tetrises here for Alex, just early on, leads going back and forth. And we'll see if a lead starts to grow for either player.
Yeah, separated by 1,900 there for a moment. But Dog just with a little bit more of an efficient opener. It was a rough sequence because both players' board did look a little bit complicated, but it's just Dog was able to do it just a little bit better. $194 to $193. Dog with the pace advantage. Thank you so much for the $100 contribution, DecuSpiel, bringing our total prize pool up to $2,455.
The support this today has been amazing. We're able to pay out, I believe, the top 8 in both Open and DAS. So thank you so much, everyone, for your support and helping us continue to run such an amazing regional for both playstyles.
And still continuing to be close. Alex T sets up a long bar dependency, so he goes for the Tetris first. The question is, oh, nice adjustment. He decided against it.
He thought about it.
He thought about it. You could see like the hesitation. There it is, Simul Tetris for both of these players. 316 and now 330. And this is game 5. Like we said, there is no more chances. You can feel the tension. There it is. Both players find another Tetris. Dog still holding on to this lead.
Yeah, even as I'm just watching, I can just feel the nerves and just how much is at stake here. But Alex, honestly, is seeming like he's having a lot of fun. And if you guys remember from the 10 million point game, that was actually a strategy to calm his nerves and play at his peak performance.
And definitely, I'd say we've seen some pretty peak performance today, not just in this match, but throughout the entire tournament. Another Tetris, 433 to now 425. Alex T also ahead in lines because he has been playing a lot higher than Dog, so been playing pieces or putting pieces a lot faster. So Dog does have a pace advantage. So far, clean play. Another Tetris for Alex T. Dog gonna decide to fill in the left. He might have to skim to get Tetris ready on the right, but that's fine. But now that left side, there's one square. Finds the Tetris, could love another square. But it looks like we are on track for a couple of 600K transitions.
Yeah, I really like how Dog chose to, instead of making 2 J dependencies, made that square hole, and that worked out. He worked out the probability, and now he's clean. And okay, both at 530. Okay, 554 for Alex, 541 for Dog, and it's a close one as we approach this last level 19 transition.
3 more Tetrises available for Alex T as we reach our final level 19 transition of the tournament. And we still have quite a bit of ways to go for Dog. Alex T is going to get set up. There it is. Tetris for Alex T. Can find one more or can just burn into. You can see he's thinking. It looks like it might be a skim into level 19. Or no, he goes for the column 9 eyepiece, and there it is. Tetris for Alex T, a 624 transition, his final transition of the tournament. Dog could rock with a 650 if he's able to find 2 here. But Dog does have the advantage in terms of pace, but no, having to do some burning here.
Right, that stack was jagged, and now can only get 1.
And it looks like he is set to find that one, and there it is, a 630 transition for Dog. So he lost out on some efficiency, but he might have an opportunity to get up a Simul Tetris, level 20 for Alex T and level 19 for Dog. Another Tetris for Alex T. Now it goes up to 727.
Yeah, Alex T is just so far ahead in lines right now. And despite the lead that Alex has, when the lines are tied, Dog is the one in the commanding position.
There is another Tetris for Alex T. He's still just throwing those squares over to the left. Dog down by 40,000 points. Alex T goes aggressive. He's waiting on the next eyepiece, throwing those S's over. Now this could get dangerous. He needs to hit this Z-spin, hits it, keeps the well open. Now we were running into a drought, 13 pieces and counting, goes for the triple. He's trying to keep the board safe in this smart discipline. There it is, Tetris for Alex T.
What a clutch spin, a 2-frame window, and nails it, keeping the run going. and keeping this lead.
826 to now 799. Dog trails by a Tetris. And now with that, we are separated by 360 points. Really going full circle there. Alex T holding out for this eyepiece. And are we running into another drop? No, finds it just in time. Another Tetris for Alex T. And another one for Alex T. And another one for Alex T.
At one point, they were separated by just 600 points. This is how, can it be any closer, Sharky?
It can, but I'm not sure if we're ready for that. 952 now for Alex T. We're at level 25. We're going to see some more 26 maxes on the table. Both of these players continue at this efficiency. And remember, Dog is still behind in levels. He has more scoring potential in hand. And there it is, another Tetris for Alex T.
It's one away from the max out.
Dog having to go for the gamble. Does get a lot of eyepieces. And those were the same eyepieces where Alex C was able to get Tetris after Tetris after Tetris. And with that, Alex C does go to over 1 million points. This is it, game 5. Your 2-time current world champion versus a 2-time former world champion. Alex C on his home turf and Dog coming from Texas.
So Dog just one away.
There is Tetris for Dog. There's the max. Alex T reopens up the well, knocks down another Tetris, 1.12 to now 1.02. Dog having to do some burning here. Keeping the well open. There is another Tetris for Dog. We're closing in on level 29 here. This is it. This can be the make or break. 29 has been reached for Alex T. 1.19. Make that 1.2 after his next Tetris, which he scores right there. Beautiful S-flat. Dog continuing to score Tetrises here. But he's so far behind in levels. So now Alex C is putting up a score for Dog to match. As long as Alex C can put this up, Dog is going to be put in a chase down position.
Right. There's this dilemma that Alex creating the pace and Dog having to follow suit and at least match it.
He has one more Tetris available. Can go in with a higher efficiency rate than Alex T. He's set up. There it is. Dog goes in with a 1.2. Alex T is now at a 1.3. And there it is, Tetris for Alex T. Dog trying to get the board under control. Alex T now 1.4. Still trying to get that left side under control. Dog needs pieces to go over the left, and they find their mark. Alex T with a couple more misdrops, so opportunities can present itself, but a couple of jagged pieces for Dog. There's a misdrop after another, but he finds a way. He's down stacking. He's finding line clears. Alex T is not scoring, and this is good news for Dog if he could just get out of this, get back into a scoring position. But Alex T, he's in a scoring position. He's set up for a column 3. Dog needs the eyepiece sooner than later. And Alex C is running into a drought. There it is. That's a split triple. Dog can now start scoring Tetrises. Alex T still holding out for this eyepiece. Where is it? There it is. Tetris for Alex T.
There's another
Tetris for Alex T. 1.5 to now exactly a 1.3, and another triple being taken by Dog. Alex T's going for the column 4 this time. He sets up a burn. Beautiful find. He goes for another double, waiting for another eyepiece. Another drought is being found, holding out. Another Tetris for Dog. He's starting to climb back, but no, Alex T is trying to stop him out. A 1.5 to now a 1.3 million score, as Dog is still a couple levels behind. Another Tetris for Alex T here in the center well, and Alex T is going to set up, and there's another one. 1.67 to now 1.3. Dog has a lot of room to play with. He's down by 5 Tetrises, but he has to stay efficient. He needs Alex T to make a mistake and not him make a mistake here. And Alex T, he's going aggressive. There's another one. Dirty Tetris at 1.7. Dog needs to have an insane post 35 here.
How can Alex utilize these last few lines? He's getting up high.
Couple more lines is what Alex can get it. 1,741,000 is what Dog needs to chase down. 6 Tetrises. He's gonna have to one, play perfect and then set up for Tetrises on the super kill screen.
Has Alex done enough to secure the win?
Did he play it? And after 3 years of being here at Genesis, being a finalist, being down 2-0, Alex T finally takes the Genesis Championship here for the Classic Tetris Open. He lost to Fractal 3-1. He lost to Meme 3-0. He was down 2-0 in this match. And he comes back and wins it all.
All right. And now we have the second place finisher, the finalist for the Genesis Regional Championship, coming to this event for the first time all the way from Texas. It is Dog. So, Dog, you had one of the most incredible qualifiers I've ever seen with this format, perhaps setting the new bar for what can be done with this and accumulating points. How does the point system affect you versus going for max outs? Because you clearly show the potential of what you can do in this format.
Yeah, I mean, with this format, it's, you know, what's also nice is it's pretty easy to understand as a viewer, because, you know, like, the main thing is just, well, one of the other things is, like, you know, it's not like a best score format where it's like you're playing really unnaturally and aggressively because you just want your best score. But it's more like, I mean, you have to be consistent as well, because if you try to go for those high scores and you get like one good score, but then like you're just kind of selling out for all the other ones, it doesn't, you know, it does take that into account, which I think is really good. But yeah, I mean, I think just during the qualifiers, yeah, I mean, 304.8, I don't know.
Yeah, so it seems that every regional you go to, it's pretty stacked. Starting from the very first one, Heart of Texas, all the way back in 2022. You ended up winning that one, but Doge put up one heck of a fight. And then from there, it's been rough. But you've pulled it off in some of those environments. You had that amazing win in WPL, Ohio. And so how would you rank this tournament with how stacked it was, the overall competition compared to all the other regionals you've been to?
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to like quantify that, because for the most part, like the stackness of a tournament comes down to like the heavy hitters being there, you know what I mean? And so I think this tournament is definitely up there 100%, because like we have a lot of heavy hitters like Dengler, Andy, obviously Alex. I mean, that's just to name a few. So yeah, I would rank this one pretty high. Like I would say it's around, I mean, I would say like, to be honest, it's around like the top, I would say. Maybe Space City comes close.
So this finals match against Alex, it was pretty crazy. How would you describe how it went for you? Because you hung in there the whole game. You were putting up crazy scores, taking it deep every time.
Yeah, I mean, I was really just playing my game. And the first two games, everything was like working really well. And then yeah, games 3 and 4, I was I mean, things were not working well. And then for game 5, he just popped off, which is a classic Alex T decider. So.
Yeah, so this is the first time you guys have ever faced each other in a regional. Two-time champ versus two-time champ. Or is it? Have you guys faced each other in regional before? No. Okay, yeah, two-time champ versus two-time champ. You guys will be both going for your third title later this year in 2026. What's your outlook towards CTWC? What are you looking forward to?
Well, I think we'll just see what happens, and I hope for an exciting tournament there, yeah.
Well, you're now the recipient of not just one, but 2 Genesis Regional Championship medals. Congratulations to Dog. Any last words you want to say?
Thank you to the organizers. Thank you for everyone that donated to the prize pool. I appreciate it. Thank you to the audience being here and supporting both of us and everyone that played in this tournament. And that's about it. Thank you.
Thank you again, CTV.
Yeah, Michael Khan, CTV. CTV might is going through it right now, but we'll see what happens.
Thanks again, Dog. Congratulations again to the 2-time champ. And now, the hometown hero from California, in his own backyard. He made it to the finals 2 years ago, vanquished by Fractal. He made it to the finals 1 year ago, vanquished by Meme. He came into this tournament with a mission to win it for his city. It is the 2-time reigning world champion and now the reigning Genesis regional champion, Alex T. So Alex, you've traveled around a bit for tournaments. You've been far. You've been to Texas. You've been up to Washington past week. What's the major difference you experience going away to a tournament versus getting to just play it in your hometown?
Well, getting here was a 16-minute drive, so it was just literally in my backyard. And I guess I just felt comfortable because this is like literally my hometown, so I got to do it for my hometown, you know?
So probably the most stacked Genesis regional we've had out of all 3 years. You knew the competition was tough in previous years. It seems like always, every year, tough opponents flying into play in your city. What was your outlook at the beginning of this tournament? What were your hopes?
Honestly, my hopes were just to make this to semifinals because when I heard that Dog and Andy were coming, I was like, why are they inviting these people here? Like, why are they going to Genesis? This is my hometown. Like, come on. Why are they getting some good players going to this tournament? But honestly, my hope was just to get semifinals because I saw Dog. He was popping off in qualifiers. Just in general, like getting 1.8s and almost 1.9s, just consistently doing that. So I feel like I had no chance to actually have like in a fight against him, you know?
Yeah, so obviously in the finals, Dog goes crazy in game 1, and then he wins in game 2. How did you approach it mentally, being down 0-2?
Okay, the first 2 games, I felt like really defeated because like, honestly, I saw how Dog played. It kind of goes to show again for the first 2 games. But then I remember this Fractal quote. Like, I literally like had this thought. Oh, you want to play well? You actually want to have fun in the game. Like, you actually want to have fun. Don't like feel like... No, you actually did. You actually did. You're lying, bro. But like the best way to play the game is to have fun. And I think that's like the Genesis quote. I think in the video? It was in the video in the Genesis. But yeah, I kind of like followed through with that quote and I just like started having fun, okay? Like, oh, okay.
I think I remember Fractal saying something about when you smiled, you realized that it forced your mentality to be positive and it made you carry through tough moments. So you had some tough moments in those final 3 games. How would you describe those final 3 games?
Honestly, like going the first 2 games, I felt defeated, so I just started having fun. But then when I started taking a game, I just got like more confident. Then that next game, I just got more confident. And then game 5, I wasn't actually even nervous at all. Literally, I kind of just like got like all psyched up, like, okay, I'm about to go like all confident, YOLO, just try to do my best, which I did.
So how does this rank as far as achievements you've gotten in competition? Because you've had some incredible tournaments before. This is perhaps an all-time performance for you, a reverse sweep in the finals. Where does this rank for you as far as what it means to you?
Obviously, we have the CTWC in-person wins, like with the all full sweep, so that's already on top of my list. But below that, I feel like this Genesis was second place because in terms of in-person, because this was a hard like competition. We have Fractal, Dengler, Zero, Pixel, Andy, Dog. Like we have all the like players just coming down here, so it was kind of like overwhelming for me, even as a 2-time Tetris World Champion, like just going out in the regionals. But I think it just went well, so I'm gonna just put that in my second up like below CTWC.
So at one point you were perhaps the youngest elite player in the scene. You're the youngest max out. And now we've seen how the next generation is being inspired. We saw the new youngest max outer here. What would you say to the other maybe young kids, Gen Alpha watching, who may be inspired by you and other young people in the scene?
We don't need any because I'm trying to dominate this whole scene. But like, honestly, if you're like a young kid that's just like watching this Tetris and it kind of like excites you in a way, you should try to give it a go and maybe like Tetris.com or like search up like NES Tetris somewhere, or like just find like some way to play Tetris and like give it a go because this game is kind of fun. And if you have like a positive mindset, like it actually like makes you play well and like it teaches you all these like values, and Tetris is a good way to do that.
All right. Well, Alex T, I think it is time. You've waited 3 years for this. It is the first place medal, the Genesis Regional Champion, Alex T. Any final words for the crowd?
Same goes as always. Shout outs to everybody. Shout outs to the tech for making all of this thing working. Shout out for the audience for watching. It made me like really happy just hearing a live crowd because usually I typically just don't go to much of these in-person competitions. So Washington and just Genesis in general just made me really happy. And hopefully we can just keep going, make more regionals, and we all strive as a community.
Thank you once again, Alex T.